पुस्तकों का महाकुंभ इंटरनेशनल बुक फेयर इस वक्त हमारी मौजूदगी है। नमस्कार, स्वागत है आपका संसद टीवी में और मैं हूं आपके साथ अमृता चौरसिया। मेरे साथ इस वक्त एक ऐसी शख्सियत मौजूद है जो कि देश की न्याय व्यवस्था में एक मजबूत स्तंभकार होने के साथ साथ एक कवि, एक साहित्यकार और एक रचनाकार भी हैं। जी हाँ, मैं बात कर रही हूँ अटॉर्नी जनरल फॉर इंडिया आर वेंकट रमण जी की। सर, बहुत स्वागत है आपका संसद टीवी में। सर, वी आर सेलिब्रेटिंग 75 years of Republic. We are celebrating 75 years of Constitution, and at the same time we are celebrating 75 years of Supreme Court. What a beautiful combination. और ऐसे मौके पर we are organizing a International Book Fair. So इसके significance की हम बात कर लें, importance की बात कर लें, आज के era में इस तरह के events को और आपकी यहाँ मौजूदगी कैसे देखते हैं आप, कैसे you will define it?
1947, when this country went through untold turmoils, and look at what our country is today. What is the most important, significant factor? That after all that toil, we thought that we must have a constitution. And what kind of a constitution? That kind of a constitution that will bring people, parliament, and other institutions together on a common march, on a common resolve of building a big nation, a vibrant nation, and a nation which live together with all its diversities. And that common resolve, you see how it has transformed itself into a beautiful journey of 75 years. If comparison, you go to United States, more than 200 years of its, constitution, birth of the constitution. Compare our country with 75 years. The amount of contributions which we have been able to make towards building our nation and enriching our constitution, I think is far, far different from what the USA has to accomplish in more than 200 years. Or if you look at some of the other parts of the rest of the world, like Europe, or the new ascending democracies in Asia, recent Europe, I think we stand very, very differently in the sense that we, the people of India, that the institutions of our country, and the electoral democracy and parliament, etc., all put together, have one common resolve, that we'll stand as a nation, grow as a nation, and be able to show to the rest of the world that we'll always continue to be a one great nation.
We, the people of India, and our approach is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So on the occasion of 75 years of Indian constitutions, how will you define this terminology and our constitution?
If a constitution survives, it means within the written words of the constitution, there are principles which will endure the constitution. If the constitution is otherwise internally weak, or when the constitution was framed, we did not have the strength of those who framed the constitution to leap into the future peacefully, orderly. Peace and order, right? If these two are lacking, constitutions are bound to fail. We have examples around us, not only in the Asian continent, but even otherwise, where the making of the constitution had faults, the structure of the constitution had little faults, and the engagement of institutions and the people also had faults. So when all are faulty, constitutions will not endure. But everything, come together, constitutions endure. So India is a supreme example of this collective participation of all of us together in enduring the constitution. People listen to what the courts have to say. Courts listen to what the people need to claim. Parliaments understood what they need to do. There could be aberration, that with small lapses, some failure here and there, but they don't make a difference at all. What ultimately to be gathered from this wonderful journey of a constitution is that all of us understood what we need to do together. The togetherness is important.
So, you are a perfectly legal person, but there's a beautiful poet within you. Roses without thorn. I want to know about more this literature. What do you want to say through this book?
No, poetry is the most creative way of reaching out to somebody else's mind and heart. It's not merely the intellect you are talking about. When you write prose, you read somebody else's mind, but that's prose. You write poetry, you stir something else in other people's mind and the heart together. So, and it comes, I think, if a natural course when you keep reflecting on how do you share your concerns, your ideas, your understanding, your visions of life, and then what do you want to make out of life, every day, the fabric of life. I think the urge to share your experiences, it's what lies at the bottom of every creative human mind. Poetry is a very sublime way of reaching out to people. I'm glad that I am bestowed with that capacity or right.
So, do you think in this digital and AI era, is there any challenge for the books?
Of course, the place we are here talking today is a supreme example. I am told that all over the world, wherever book fairs are held, bookshops continue to be visited by a large number of people. The love for the print, right, will never die. The love for the machine notwithstanding, the love for the print will remain with humanity as long as we are there wanting to know and to know and to know, right?
So, through this, Manch, what your message for the our younger generation and for the legal practitioner also?
I keep telling the students whenever I go to any school or university, reading must be your first habit, reading must be your last habit. Because you don't read, we read all kinds of stuff, that which pleases us temporarily, in a transient way. But there are other reading which give us the resource of being a good human being. And these resources are very important. That comes only by reading. And when you read, you reflect. The less you read, the less you reflect. The more you read, the more you reflect. So reading and reflection, they go together. And by reading and reflection, you become what called a human being worthy of being able to share your knowledge and create a humanity around you.
That's why we say the books are our best friend. Yes. And Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi is also says that the books are our best teacher and guide.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, sir, for talking to us with Sunset TV. This is Amrita Chaurasia with cameraman Amrinder.
दोस्तों, ये वीडियो आपको कैसे लगा कमेंट करके बोलिए, लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, हाँ बेल बटन दबाना ना भूलिए क्योंकि हमारा वीडियो सबसे पहला आपको मिले। नमस्कार।